Hi, this is Eric at Frog Valley Tropical Fruit Farm, and this is Florida Natural Farming. I'm at Frog Valley Tropical Fruit Farm, obviously, and I'm going to do a video on citrus. Naturally farmed Florida citrus, seed grown. All of them are seed grown. And we grow about 15 different species, I believe. Some are hybrids, though. I guess probably most citrus is hybrid. But anyway, this is the pomelo, and it's covered in bloom. Last year it bloomed for the first time, and it got about less than 10 flowers. And it looked a lot more straggly last year, but this year it seems to have bulked up. And this is all dry farmed, and it is covered in blooms everywhere. I mean, look at those buds, blooms. Now, seed grown, gift from my friend Frank, that he bought seeds online. Oh, will it be a pomelo? Who knows? Hopefully. Looks like it is. It's super big. It's like the fastest, biggest growing tree we have of the citrus. And it's covered all the way up. So we got, it looks like at least 5 inches, probably more, of rain because the thing was overflowed. And there's still a lot of standing water in the ditch. Not a lot, but where they would have water harvesting. What do they call them in Australia, or some people call them that here, the berms. Is that what it is in permaculture? I don't know, but I call them ditches because they only have water in them when it rains and during rain, and then it is only as high as the water table. So citrus relative is starfruit. It's so good. Let me go look at other citrus. So here's another pomelo here. And this one bloomed a little less, probably less than 5 blooms last year. It's the same age as that one. That one's in a slightly shadier position. Maybe, I don't know. Seems happier, but it's got blooms on it too. A lot more than 10. I would say more than 20 probably, because there's a lot up at the top. I saw Tropicana was going out of business, might be going bankrupt because of lack of citrus in Florida. But if you're from Ocala area or north, Alachua County, or probably Volusia County, and you go into the woods, watch videos on food foraging in Florida. Drew is a good one. What is it? His Florida Food Forager? Is that what his handle is? I should know this stuff. But and they go into the state parks and they look for citrus this time of year. Maybe a little earlier, but they've been doing it. Look at this, Garcinia dulcis. So freaking pretty here. I can't believe how gorgeous it is. I mean, all these flowers. I bought these flowers to put in my garden in California. Hey, I think I killed them out there. Or they died. I didn't kill them, they died. So this is a sweet orange or a blood orange. Supposedly, it's from seed that I can't remember if I bought the fruit or bought the seeds. I think maybe I bought the seeds, but it's got a lot of bloom, and it bloomed for the first time last year. I see a lot of our citrus that hasn't bloomed before also is blooming for the first time this year. Mostly Miko lemons, because we just started fruiting a second species of citrus last year, the key lime. So I don't even know if I planted any key limes up here or down here. This is a citrus that, I don't know, it looks like a blood orange. Very healthy. When you have them more in shade, they don't get the leaf curl. They might get a little bit, but they quickly outgrow it. I think they prefer to be in some shade. I think there's another one over here somewhere. Yes, there is. I used to have a path through here, but I haven't been walking on it. Here's a citrus. This is a pomelo that I just planted that Frank gave me. I think last year. Yeah. Seed grown. Frank gives me cool plants. Frank and his wife Annette. So here's I think a blood orange also. This one should be flowering though, but it's not. It's been in the ground a little while. I don't know, I would just plant stuff as I got it. This one definitely should be blooming now. Maybe it hasn't started, but this is a sweet orange, I believe. So there's huge citrus up north in the woods without any greening or anything, covered in fruit. But they don't spray the ground, and they're growing in forests, in natural systems. And they're loaded in fruit. They just can't figure out that you kill your you kill your people with the food that you're feeding your tree. Not very smart. And you kill your tree quicker. Oh, let me look at this durian. Freaking durian. This is the second winter it made it. It got big this year. I imagine it'll double in size this summer. Dry farmed. I didn't think it was possible because everything I read on it was not possible, but it's made it through some small droughts, not a harsh drought. You know, Florida, about a 75 or a 50% of what is severe. Here's another durian. There's another one in here. I haven't gone and looked at it. I don't like to walk through there. I like to stay off of everything because people get stressed. The plant people get stressed when you like disturb them too much. So this is a round leaf cacao. Made it through the winter. I got the jaguar cacao that did get affected by the drought, but it's in a different position. But it's near this banana. I found that you plant bananas next to trees and give them a little micro compost pile next to them, and plant them bare root when they're small, and have a biodiverse orchard floor or an orchard floor, other than monocrop legume or a monocrop nitrogen fixer, and not with a monocrop nitrogen fixer, biodiverse. So as biodiverse as you can get, and with less legumes and lots of variety. So one legume and 13 different other plants. Or what is it? Yeah, 15 other plants. Don't think, Eric. So this is the jaguar cacao. And I knew I was going somewhere with this. And it survived the winter. That's from drought, that brown. And that ugly leaf is from drought, because that's what happens to cacao during dry spells in Florida when you don't water. So this is planted bare root. Bare root's very important, and rinse the roots in rainwater. Definitely throw the soil that you get from a nursery or anything grown in a plastic pot away. It's a sure way to introduce forever chemicals and other pollutants from nanoparticles of plastic into your system. Okay, more citrus, Eric. Here's a key lime that fruited for the first time last year. So we fruit 2 different citrus. We grow about 15 different types, species. Some species are hybrids too, in that count. I think 2 hybrids, or actually citrus is all hybrids. I mentioned this earlier. It is, what did it come from? Citron? I don't know. I should know these things. If anybody knows, let us know. What are the crosses? Yeah, I don't see any flowers on it, but it had a lot of fruit last year for its first fruiting. Yeah, respect the soil. Don't make it a Superfund site with your chemicals, basically, because that's what it does. When you put it on the soil, you grow food with it. 20 million acres in was it Texas or the U.S. that's polluted with forever chemicals from fertilizers. Oh, I didn't know. Yeah, they don't tell you, they just sell you the crap. And then it's your responsibility to try to recover. So, it's the Garcinia intermedia. Okay, I was going over to look at more citrus. There's some other key lines over there, but I forgot to look at these up here, and they're some of the cooler ones. I can go around and look at those other citrus over there. I forgot to look at the finger lime. It's a small finger lime. It was a seed grown from Michael C. on TFF, and looks really good. Been in the ground quite a while, but it's very small, but it's very healthy also. So here's a sweet orange, I mean a blood orange for sure. Something's been eating it, probably those caterpillars. It's in pretty much all shade. There's no leaf miner in it. This one's in a little bit more sun, but it's going into more shade because of this huge nitrogen fixing legume tree. Citrus seem to do well next to nitrogen fixing trees. I can tell a difference with them. But this is a cutie. This one's really healthy. You know, one of those organic cuties that are seedless. Found a seed in it. That's it. I have a few of them growing. Somebody sent me some seeds. Sorry, somebody from Vermont. Oh, what is his name? So retarded. Lots of fruit, but we're looking at citrus. Oh. Nice looking passion fruit. Yeah, the achachero is doing its thing. Look at this. Sorry, I just had to look. This seed grown Alva's star apple. It's supposed to be the best one. It's from my friend Frank and Annette. Thank you guys. Hey, I coveted that tree for years. Thankfully I haven't been obsessed with buying plants for a long time. Can get a little overwhelming. This is a seed grown, looks like, I think this is a cutting from, this is the cut, either that's the cutting from the horse manure or I mean the zebu manure, or this is the cutting from it. When I did those cuttings of fruit trees in pure zebu manure. So this is a citron over here. I gotta watch out because there's a achachero in here and other things. This is a citron that tipped over, so it would be huge. This was from my friend Frank. This is a good-looking tree. For some reason, oh, it fell over because it's super compacted here. It's right along the road. That's why. That's, yeah, can't grow the roots deep, so it grows them sideways, and so does the top. But this should be blooming. This citrus has never been watered, none of it, ever. It's a June plum. This looks good, dwarf one, the yellow one. Okay, more citrus. Where are you? so cool here. It's like having your own garden or your own wild edible landscape is what it is. It's amazing I haven't been here in almost 2 weeks, and my partner's been here. We got the terrazzo floors redone, and they look great. And but it's just have to mow the path. It's actually enjoyable, other than the noise. But I imagine they make electric tractors that would be more quiet. So the mangoes are kind of hit or miss. I'm not going to do a mango video. I'm looking at citrus. Let me look at this key lime over here because it's flowering. Got several key limes. This is one of the mangoes that froze when it was 31 degrees 3 winters ago. You know, it was a small 3-gallon. Or it had to be more than, no, it froze 3 winters ago, yeah. It was a tiny little tree. I think it was 4 years old. Now, should be huge. This one froze too. It's got flowers and new young buds on it. This mango, oh, where am I going? Look at the citrus, Eric. Lots of mulberries still. I brought my clippers so I can do cuttings of the mulberries. My friend Kyle that was by here, he forgot his mulberry cuttings, but I had broken them off, so they were pretty sad. But I planted them up at Ups and Downs Farm, and they got new leaves on them. It smells so good. This is like this blooms once a year, and it's the only one that the bees go after. Only fruits once a year. This is the sweet one. I wonder if it's going to cross with something here. Who knows? Citrus, Eric. Citrus. Look at the citrus. Oh. Yeah, key limes. They're pretty easy to identify. Little tiny flowers, little tiny leaves, and healthy trees. It's like it's so bizarre that they sell you these plants that are going to die in your system if you don't have really good soil, if you want to grow organic. I don't know. I bought one citrus when I moved here, and I think I was told it died. It didn't die when I had it. Here's a citrus. I think this is a Miko lemon. It was in full sun because, you know, this tree loses its leaves, this guanacaste tree. Look at how pretty this is. I can't believe I didn't even have to plant this. And it smells so good. With the mango blooms here and there. So this mango was one that froze. It didn't, that one froze. This is what was disappointing, was this mango here. I didn't see fruit on it, but maybe I didn't look. Yeah, I see fruit from here. There. This one has fruit on it. But it looks like a lot of the fruit got trashed. It's got some fruit on it. Should have more. Here's a citrus. This is a Miko lemon. This tree has flowered last year but didn't set fruit. And seems like that's what citrus likes to do. Sometimes key lime fruits right away, but the Miko lemons, they flower once. And it's funny, there's more bees after the Garcinia. There's a citrus here. There's a lot of citrus here. I'm just ignoring all the other ones. This is a citrus that obviously was affected by something because of the driveway being right there, Probably stuff settled because there was big, huge, this was all lawn. Even along the driveway, it was just lawn. You could drive a car right in here, which is what they did. And there's huge areas that have a dip in them from that. And when it rained, it would hold water. And it would, it's hot here. So the water would be like 105 degrees in the sun. And nothing, it was just, it's amazing how different it is. I have a picture, I'm gonna have to post it. Here's the citrus. But anyway, they had this chain link fence there, and guaranteed they've sprayed glyphosate there. Oh, this one's flowering. I'm glad I'm talking about it. And those little skinny leaves. I see it's sending out regular leaves now. Oh, it's got flowers there, see? You don't notice everything. It's got lots of flowers. Oh, it's gonna have fruit this year. So the glyphosate settled right there at the lawn pond, and it was compacted because they drove on it because it was just a lawn there where that little tree is. And when it was dry, they probably parked cars on it or whatever. They mowed it all the time, I know that. It was a lawn for like 55 years, I guess. Here's or 58 years. Here's a Miko lemon. Here's a Miko lemon. Here's a buttercream mango that's not doing squat. Here's a Miko lemon, bigger one. This one's the first one that fruited, this one and this one of our Miko lemons. I only planted a couple of them, 2, because I didn't know. They're from our fruit tree in the forest at Miko in Brevard County on US 1 that we sold. And they're really good. They're like a hybrid of some sort. They're true to seed so far. Has the most scented leaves. I gotta make a leaf tea because I've been like having some aches and pains. So I have to gather leaves before I leave to make tea, dehydrate them. Sorry, look at this. There's all kinds of little other plants in there. And it changes throughout the year. This is a Florigon mango, and of course it's got fruit. Sorry, I had to look. Has fruit all over it. And I wanted to look at this achachiro that got tilted from the storm. I think a tornado came through here probably. Knocked this over a little bit. Had a bunch of vines on it. And it made it heavy probably. The ground got saturated. But I think it's cool the way it's growing like that. So as long as it's, this will all fill in and be huge because these branches get like 15 feet at least. But it's getting them size to fruit. It's about the size of a beer can, which is about fruiting size. This was the biggest next one. The largest one that was next to fruit, closest in size to our fruiting tree. Oh, can I think still? I guess if you have birds in your garden, it shows it's very, the more birds you see, the healthier your system, supposedly. Bananas are looking good. Seed-grown mango. You know, the only seed-grown mango that, or you the only mango that held its fruit perfectly and doesn't have any blemishes on it is our seed-grown sugarloaf mango tree. So it was started correctly. So you're buying these trees that are damaged, and then you're usually planting them with the soil, which is damaged. And you can't really expect a symptom-free response from the plant. So whether it's slow growing or chlorotic or fungally prone or any type of vector against the tree, like the mango tree. Biology. The biology is the threat to or the lack of biology is what it is. It makes it because the chemicals just mutate the chromosomes. And once that happens, it has to find an alternate path, which isn't as good. So its metabolism is screwed up. Look at this one. This is a orange sherbet mango. I feel like I'm getting a download from this place. It's bizarre. This one, I don't see any fruit on it. It's a super Julie tree. But we're looking at citrus, but I have to go look at the other citrus over here. This is a Gary mango tree. It has fruit on it. Not a lot, but I like Gary mangoes. Oh, it's top tier mango. I see fruit up there. Not a lot. This is a Florigon tree. Oh no, this is a Malika. This is a Kezar tree. There's lots of fruit on the Florigon down there. Should I look at it? Yeah, I'm only looking at citrus, but I can make an exception because it looks cool. It was in a horrible spot, but it wasn't a lawn pond. It was just compacted right next to the road. But the mangoes overcome the conditions easy here. The nursery grown mangoes. They're just more susceptible to fungal diseases. That's their problem. Somebody that was building a nursery grew them without microplastics, bare root, and just wrapped them in paper when they sold them. Small, seed grown, started right, could do Florida a favor. And yourself by rewarding yourself with delicious mangoes. This is a Namdok Mai. It's loaded with fruit. It's got lots of powdery mildew. See it? There's a Florigon tree. It's loaded with fruit. Florigon's a good producer, and it can be very, very, very good. I would call it top tier in some cases. Last year it was. Hopefully the next year. It's got fruit on every little branch. I'm glad it's right here on the corner so people can see it when they're looking at our fruit farm to purchase. Those are longans. Longans, they had fruit last year. They had fruit the year before. They're finally doing good. Dry farmed. Here's a citrus. It's a Miko lemon. Here's a citrus, a Miko lemon. I thought I saw flowers on this one. Yeah, there is. I knew I did. So this is its first bloom. I imagine this one has it too. I see more flowers. It's funny how you don't see them and then you look and like, why didn't you see that? Or why didn't I see that? It's a nice looking Adamoya tree. I think it's a Geffner. I like Geffner Adamoyas. It's a giant sweet Ubijay, Eugenia. The era mangoes. I think this is a Super Julie. So there's a lot of jackfruit on this big orange crush tree that I tied my little bull calf Romy up to when he was a yearling and younger. guess I weaned him at 5 months and then put the halter on him. I forget. Was he 6 months? He was under a year probably. Oh, there's citrus all along here. Got sidetracked by my zebu. Again, here's a Miko lemon. Looks good. So I plant these little, here's a Miko lemon. I plant them out here when they're like this big. Just put them in there and walk away. And if you have a nice compost pile, you can do it. But when you do that, you got to watch out for moles moving there. And they like to add some roots with their compost, I know. So when they're little, I don't like to put anything next to them. Just living roots, just disguise them into the, put your shovel in and put it at the back of the shovel and close it and walk away. Okay, there's more. Here's a key lime. There's another key lime down there. I should see if it has fruit or flowers. This is a seed-grown jackfruit. Sure doesn't look like a key lime. This looks like more like a Rangapuri lime. I think Frank snuck this in on me. Maybe it's a kefir, or what's that other lime? I don't know. Looks cool. Glad I looked at it. So much stuff, I don't even know what I have. But I mostly do. When I see it, I usually do. There's a cashew. There's a cashew. There's a cashew. They're looking good. There's a seedling mango. I have to go look at that sugarloaf mango. I'm going to trudge through here. The seed-grown sugarloaf mango. I asked for seeds of that. I want seeds of that, please. Okay. There it is. Let's go through here. I saw some big freaking Garcinia Livingstonii seedlings. They were looking woody already. There's that sugarloaf mango. It's got fruit on it. It's a seedling, first time it flowered. But I see lots of fruit on it. And it doesn't have any powdery mildew. And it's in a spot where it should have powdery mildew. But it smells so good. I see so much fruit on it. See it all? That's what I'm talking about. But I see a little bit of powdery mildew. Tiny little bit. It's got a lot of fruit on it. I can't believe. Little angel, please. I'm dying to spread you around. Okay, thank you. Namaste, mango people. Not you deer people, deer fly people. Biting my cheek. Nope. Cacao's looking super good. Trinitoro cacao, look at how big they are. Look at how beautiful this is. It's so nice to have this. I just love it. I don't mind keeping this. You know, it's like so nice. So we could just rent it out, the house, if we have to. Not a problem. And I think people would like to live in a spot like this where they could walk every day. or do group tours, you know, farm stays in the house, and question and answers, and strolling through the forest. I'm sure we could make lots of money doing that if we had to. What am I looking for? Citrus? Okay, there's none over here. I don't think there's any more, but I guess I can wind this video up. What was I going to look at up here? Oh, there's something important. Can't remember. Look at this. Garcinia livingstoneae. You know, the African mangosteen. Freaking delicious. Especially delicious if you've had the opportunity to eat a bowl of like 30 of them. Or 90. I wish that would bloom a second time. I'm going to look at the terrazzo floors. Do one last look at this pomelo that I started with. Oh well, no terrazzo today. I'm Eric at Frog Valley Tropical Fruit Farm, and this is Florida Natural Farming. And thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment. I always enjoy hearing from you. Have an excellent day.